Welcome back everybody, MC here with another video, and today I want to show you guys how to get the spider armor in Terraria. The spider armor is probably the best armor that you can get early hard mode, so just after you kill Wall of Flesh. This is one of the 3 things that I do at the very beginning after killing Wall of Flesh, which I will show you guys in another video in the future, what to do after the Wall of Flesh. But we're going to start off with the spiders themselves. So you need to find the black recluse. It's a spider and it's the upgraded version of the spiders that you'll see in pre-hard mode. They live in the same biome, which is the spider biome pretty much, and can be found in the cavern lair. You can obviously find it by finding webs and lots of webs. Be very careful in here because these things are really nasty and they will kill you if they get to you. I highly recommend having the Clockwork Assault Rifle from the Wall of Flesh to kill these things because it does a little bit of knockback, and that knockback stops them from getting to you. They still might end up getting to your character, and you have to be very careful, as I said. You're looking for the spider fangs from the Black Recluse. Now you need a lot of these things, so make sure you get as many as you can. You can always come back later if you don't have enough collected. You want to be able to make the full spider armor, and you also want to be able to make the summon staff. And the reason why you want to make the summon staff is because the spider summon is probably one of the best summons in Terraria. It's so good because the spiders are so aggressive. They attack enemies, and obviously they can go through to other sides of walls depending on where you spawn them. And they stick to the enemy. One of the things about a lot of the summons in Terraria is they can be semi-passive. They don't really go and attack something unless you tell it to. But the spider armor and the spider summons will literally just attack anything it sees that isn't friendly. So you're going to have a really powerful summon from the very beginning of hard mode, pretty much. The reason why you're making the armor itself, the armor gives you half decent, armor against attacks. So it is usable for a long time in Terraria. I use it all the way up until the mech bosses. So until I have the hallowed armor, I'm using the spider armor, which means it's very good to get you into the late game. But the main reason why you're using the spider armor in the first place is because you want to have as many summons as possible. So if you use the spider armor, you can increase your amount of summons, and sometimes you can run around with 2 or 3 spiders. And as I said, because they're so aggressive, you will actually destroy a lot of enemies, especially normal mobs. When it comes to bosses, the spider armor is very good and the spiders themselves are very good. But like I said, these spiders are mostly for crowd control and normal enemies. So you're not going to be expecting to kill Moonlord, for example, with just the spiders, and you're going to want to have as many of them as possible. So make sure you get those summoning potions out so you can have extra summons. As you can see here, I am killing a lot of these things, and yet I don't have enough for the whole set yet. So you're going to make the spider breastplates, and you're going to make the leggings, you're going to make the helmet, but you're going to need a lot of these fangs. And the full set bonus is very worth it as well. So make sure you get all 3 and put them onto your character. And the thing about these spiders, right? What I usually do is when I am pre-hard mode, I will mark an area that has a lot of web with arrows, or not arrows, with torches, and I make an arrow on the wall pointing towards the ground where the spider webs are. And then if you click map, you'll actually be able to see where the spiders are by looking for the arrow that you created. Honestly, it's very easy to find these things, so you don't always have to do that, but I still do it just to make sure that I know where the closest spider nest is, because I'm going straight there as soon as I hit hard mode to get this armor. As I said already, you're probably going to be using the spider armor all the way up until the hallowed gear, especially if you like the summons like I do. So you won't need to worry about getting any other armors for a long time after you get these. It's one less thing to worry about, one less thing to have to farm for. Of course, I would recommend getting the hallowed armor when you get to that point, because hallowed armor is just insanely powerful. In fact, it's probably the best armor in the game. When it comes to the making of the staff and making of the gear, you only need a normal anvil. You don't need anything fancy. So you don't need to have mithril or anything like that, meaning that you can get the armor and the staff very, very early in hard mode. And as I said already, be very careful. In this footage, I really haven't taken any damage from these things, but they do a lot of damage if they hit you. So you have to be very, very careful. When it comes to them spawning, I don't usually have to use a water candle because you get so many of them, but you can use a water candle if you want, so that you can increase the spawn rate of them, of course, so that you get more. Just don't get overwhelmed if you have too many on your screen at once. Also, I'd recommend kind of moving in and out of the vision of the spider nest so that you can actually spawn new ones in the nest rather than below you. One of the worst things about these spiders is when you're in the nest, they'll spawn all over the screen, pretty much just outside the screen, and they can get into very weird positions where you can't get to them, or they're surrounded by other enemies that are a lot stronger, like for example the ice turtle that you see on your screen. That ice turtle is protecting the one to the right, and you do not want to get hit by a turtle and then by a recluse. You're probably going to get eaten if you do that, so I'll have to be very careful. When it comes to the summon staff in general, make sure you get the spider staff. There's 2 staffs available. The other one isn't anywhere near as good as the one that you see in front of you, so the spider staff. And you pretty much want to use the bewitching table too. I usually carry the bewitching table around with me in order to summon an extra spider, because as you can see, I already have 3 spiders just from the summon staff or from the summon armor itself. When you use the bewitching table, you get another spider. So 4 spiders that are going to go around tearing the face off your enemies. Look at how strong they are. Don't forget to right click enemies that you actually want to target. The spiders will kill everything, as I said already, but if you right click on the enemies, it'll tell the spiders where you want them to go, and they'll go and eat the face off of whatever you tell them to do. Look at how strong they are. They're absolutely insane. Anyway, let me know what you think of today's video, and let me know if you use any other summoning equipment in your Terraria playthroughs, for example, especially at this stage of the game. Let me know if you have any other tips, maybe how to kill these guys quicker or how to farm them quicker. I'm sure other people in the comment section would appreciate tips and advice. Thank you very much once again for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video. Ta-ta!